Welcome to the first episode of a brand new AfroToken podcast themed 1 million Afro and the Vision. I'm your host Ramakizito, and I couldn't be more excited to be here other than being with two incredible gentlemen. Frank Kanabi, who is a crypto analyst straight out Mitro Plus Labs, and the visionary leader behind it all, Festo Ivaibi. Super excited to be here, and in today's episode we are diving deep into the journey of AfroToken, how it started from just a group of a few young gentlemen and ladies trading, being successful, sharing their personal stories on online platforms, to creating Mitro Plus Labs, an educational hub that has been for 2 years passing on blockchain literacy to African students from all over the continent and beyond, and now to the birth of AfroToken. I'm super excited for this specific one. It being the very first brings me so much joy. It's been a long journey, it's been long coming, and we've already spoken about podcast, but for some reason we haven't really been coming out. But it has never been more perfect to do this with every one of you here, our AfroToken community, our Mitro Plus cohorts. We've so far had 2 cohorts, 2023 to 2024, and of course 2024 to 2025, and very soon we'll be communicating cohort 3 that will start off their lessons next year. Just to bring you up to speed, these lessons are all free of charge. That was something catered for by our visionary founder, who we are super glad to have or to host today on this very first podcast, that is the 1 million Afro and the Vision. But to start off with the conversation, let me bring in our guest number 1, Frank Kanabi. Like I've told you, he's a renowned crypto analyst, and he's one of those amazing tutors straight out Mitro Plus Labs. Frank, welcome to the 1 million Afro and the Vision podcast, and super glad to have you on the very first episode.
Opportunity accepted. So Afro and AfroToken have to first speak before I introduce myself. Afro, 1 million Afro and the Vision. To me, it's not just a vision, but it is like it's something that is actually happening right now, because it's not a promise, but everyone is having his own in their wallets. You control your own assets into your own wallet. So if I see this, I know that if someone is owning like 1 million Afros, they are actually at a point going to own $1 million. Why do I say that? I say that because AfroToken, the vision is to 1 billion. The 1 billion market cap of Afro is an equivalence of $1 plus. So should someone be owning something like 1 million Afro, then it is someone banking their money into Afro to wait on for $1, for $1 million to hit in. So me as an analyst, I look at the charts, see Afro, then I see $1 million, because the charts are already opening and are pointing to the 1 billion by market cap. So this is just smooth to us, and it is going to keep on moving. We do have a good community that is responsible for the pushing. Now, this community is already from a renowned company, that's the Mitro Plus Labs, where me myself, I was once a student, and then I grew to start actually teaching what I learned from them. It's something that has been seeded into all our students about winning. We are winners. So the vision of AfroToken to the 1 billion cap is going to happen, because that's the vision. And to empower all Africans, this is almost our uniting currency. Nothing is uniting us for now, but Afro can do that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And maybe to tell our audience, this conversation is more than just about business. It's about passion, it's about the vision of liberating as many Africans as possible financially, and of course, the resilience that is in our DNA. So, in this first episode of the 1 million Afros and a Vision, we are going to dig into what it takes to build in the crypto space, the challenges, but also the success stories that many of us have had. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this beautiful first episode, the first of its kind in Africa, and the first of its kind speaking to someone who has called all bull runs in the crypto space. And let me take the opportunity to introduce guest number 2, who is the visionary behind Mitro Plus Labs and now AfroToken. Good morning and happy to have you on the 1 Million Afro and the Vision podcast.
Good morning, and good evening to all the listeners that are out there. I am happy to be here. My name is Ivaibi Festo, and I'm the founder of Mitro Plus Labs. And Mitro Plus Labs is the community that drives AfroToken that we all love, and it has a vision for it to bootstrap the sentiment of crypto all around Africa. We understand that the crypto market has been damaged heavily for good reason in Africa due to heavy things that have hit the continent, innovations that have hit the continent that have not worked out, and mostly through network marketing and rug pulls in crypto and several other things. But being a successful cryptocurrency trader, I realized that we need to carry along as many healthy projects as possible. So we have been shielding a lot of these projects, shielding a lot of exchanges like Binance. So we have had to be in those conferences. We have shielded meme tokens, Pepe, we have Shield HTX, and we have been pointing people to the right direction, at least to the direction to which we have known crypto is authentic in this direction, because this hostility around has been shaking off a lot of people from the crypto industry, and not only shaking off people from the crypto industry, but also shaking off the adoption of innovation and creating a hostile environment to the regulator. And this has been for good reason, because of the reasons that I've told you. So I think it's the birth of AfroToken came in handy because of those reasons. It all started with Mitro Plus Labs when we began 2 years ago teaching about blockchain literacy, metaverse, artificial intelligence, all throughout Africa. And Mitro Plus Labs is a non-deposit taking institution. And what we have been doing is that we have been giving out this education free to all students across Africa. And this is why we have created a healthy community of students, an elite one that actually know what they are doing right now. So we've realized that we have been beginning with every cohort. We've been beginning with 1,000 students, 800 students, and only about 90, 100 have been able to finish the entire class, simply because they have to fend for themselves. They have to look for money to nurse their life's pressures and everything else. So we gave birth to the AfroToken so that we can be able to take our classes through the price development journey of a digital asset. This way, they are doing this passionately, they are studying, and at the same time, they are able to also create value in their own addresses and wallets. So this way we get to retain a good number of students as we do this, and many communities have actually joined us. This thing has gone viral that many communities are joining us, and we have embraced all those communities that have failed at crypto in Africa, in our different countries, and they have come to join us. This is why you have seen that we have been able to break through to the first 15 most valued tokens or meme tokens on sunpump.meme. And we are still there. We have had very tremendous success, and we want to make this as popular as possible, because the more we make it popular, it's the more we regain what has been stolen away from the crypto industry.
Wow, wow, that's quite some introduction. Leaves no stone unturned and leaves me with lots of other questions. But maybe to take you back a little bit, you personally, your personal journey, what really sparked your interest in crypto and the blockchain industry?
What sparked my interest in crypto, I would say it was luck and the presence and God's plan on my life. Because to honestly tell you, I started crypto in 2009, and Bitcoin was pitched to me by my boss that was from the Western countries. There, I've been talking about this story over and over again, and to me, I invested in Bitcoin not because I had understood what he pitched to me, but I wanted to be on his good side, just
You
like
wanted to be the good boy.
yes, just like you want to be on the good side of your superior. So that way, he would take me to his own country in Europe, and probably I would have the dream that most Africans actually
Wow.
dream of. Yeah.
That's quite some luck.
Yeah, so it's how I started in crypto. I invested $100 in Bitcoin, and he sold to me 1,000 Bitcoins. But when you look at the rate of Bitcoin by that time, I would have gotten more than 100,000 Bitcoins. But he sold to me at his rate. So I now believe that the motivating factor for him to sell to me was that I would tell my student friends by that time, and they would come and invest in Bitcoin as well, and he would have a very good percentage of it. And he would do this over and over. But I told most of my friends, and they felt like it was one of those baseless farrago of useless fantasies. So I did my part, and he also did my part, and luck got me there. By 2012, 2013, Bitcoin was all over the news, and I realized that actually this is life-changing.
Wow.
Yeah.
2012, 2013, almost a breakthrough. How much are we talking about from $100?
157,000.
Wow.
I sold when Bitcoin was 157.
We could do the multiplier there from $100 to 157,000 in just a few years.
And by that time, the crypto industry hadn't grown so much, so it was a very long wait. But right now, tokens grow in just about 3-4 months, 6 months, and it becomes life-changing riding with an authentic token. It's very difficult to actually differentiate an authentic token from those that are not, especially if it's a meme. Yeah. So we have ourselves a transparent Afro token. We have put ourselves in the light. We have put our faces in the nose. So just because we need to recreate and re-engineer the narrative around cryptocurrency, meme tokens, and blockchain all throughout Africa.
Wow, crazy story. Talk about luck. Talk about being very fast as regards to the evolution of technology, and being very fast with also being a good boy. Sometimes it comes with a lot of luck, and it gives birth to great African projects like the AfroToken right now. To you, Frank, how has your personal journey into blockchain been like?
Actually, my own started with a scam. I was first scammed.
Like most of us.
I was first scammed to get here, but I'm that one person who doesn't have give up easily. I know, I got trained one thing. When there is a scam, there is something that is actually authentic behind. No one can actually engineer a scam on something that doesn't exist. Yeah, there must be something that exists in order to perform that scam. But now I was into these network things whereby someone could actually make a website, then they actually sell you something, but in actually you're buying just
nothing exists.
Nothing actually existing.
Yeah.
And I bought some. It was around 3 million Uganda shillings for someone who was from school. That was too much. That's what I had then, but it wasn't anything. It wasn't money. But then I'm someone who actually does a lot in town. I do sell phones, and I do sell cars. Like I used to sell high-end cars. One day I was selling a car. Then someone actually called me, and now that person was someone who I'm sitting with today. That's the guy. It was Festo. Then he called in.
That story usually cracks me a lot.
Yeah. He called me. Then I I told him, okay, let's meet. Then it was raining a bit. I said, now this guy who is actually coming is also a bloker. He has a client. He's going to waste my time. And then at the end of that day, I don't get anything. Then it was raining. The guy called me. Then he comes in. And I looked at him. By then, he was slightly lean.
He was slimmer.
Yeah, he was slimmer.
He didn't look the money. That is what you mean.
That's the fact. Then I saw the guy and I was like, now this is time wasting. But then, on looking aside, I saw a guy with a Benz and I said, okay, at least that one is a Spark.
I think it was a white CLS.
True that.
Mercedes Benz, yeah.
Yeah, true that. Then there I got some hope. And I entered, told him, okay, let's go to the car. We go to the car. The guy looks at the Range Rover and I'm like, Then he starts like, I have a Porsche at home and I want software for that car. Do you have? And I said, a Porsche? I said, a Porsche? You guys have a Porsche? Maybe I saw, maybe he could be a son to one of the generals in this country. The guy is in power. And I was like, And I just chilled. And the guy was like, in the next minute, I have also a small Benz at home. I need to change, was it tire, something like that? And I said, but the guy is talking about huge cars. Then that day left, he saw the car and he left. Then coming back tomorrow, the guy came with a Porsche in reality. It was the first one actually, I think, in Kampala. It was a Panamera, I think 2018.
The black one.
The black one.
Yeah.
It was a 2014.
Was it UBF?
Yeah.
I still even remember the number.
Before it got banned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another story that I hope you will share here.
So then there I started to believe. Then the guy told the boss there, I'm like, I want to pay. How do I bring you the money? The guy told us that you can do a bank transfer. Then my guy said, no, we have cash. He told me, escort me. We went to the bank, then in a black cafe, the guy actually wiped around 200 million Uganda shillings in a black cafe. He told me, hold this for me. The guy doesn't know me, but he trusts me with the 200 million then. Whatever could actually run away with the money. But it was like...
maybe you didn't look like you could run also.
Maybe, but the guy gave me the money without even caring about what he's giving me. Hold this, let's go. Then I held the money back into this car. We went to the guy who is selling. Actually, the big boss there, because that was my boss then. Paid the cash. Then, after a few days, the Range Rover out. But actually, I couldn't believe. Then on our way home, actually he's driving now, the Range Rover, we are going back home. I asked the guy, but
what do you do?
What do you do? Seriously, tell me, what do you do? Because within a period of 1 to 3 days, I've seen the guy changing over 3 cars. And he's telling me all his. Then I told the guy, what do you do? Then the guy tells me, I do crypto trading and holding digital assets for wealthy families. And I said, what's that? He told me, do you know Bitcoin? Then I had heard of Bitcoin. I told him, but I also own some, but I don't have money. He told me, what do you own? Then I mentioned the coin. He told me, bro, you need to.
That's a scam.
He never said a scam. He never wanted actually to break me down. I think he told me, no, I have a company, but you need to learn. We need to teach you. And I said, teaching me? Okay. And I went to the company. I found some good guys. Actually, they started on me, teaching me ABC, this and that. Then me myself, I found out that I was actually
scammed
because of what I learned there.
Yeah.
I learned that the coin that I was having wasn't on blockchain, first thing.
Yeah, by the way, it's very difficult to let someone know that they're in a scam because
True.
they will defend it to the letter.
Fact.
That's why in most cases, sit that person down, teach them.
Educate them.
Yeah, and it's the opposition that we're actually getting as AfroToken because we have a lot of these experiences, and right now people are opposing what we are doing. But please go on.
And it happens, man.
Yeah, so I started learning this, then I started to love the thing. Why am I loving the thing? One thing is clear. I was then dealing with cars. Yes, sometimes you will get 5 million cash, but then these guys introduced me to forex trading. From forex trading, actually they first introduced me to crypto trading, where I learned that with crypto trading, if you're doing spot, you do not lose. You always actually hold your units until the value gets back and beyond. Then I started trading. I learned that if I invest 1,000 in just a crypto with a good team and good research made, within a few months, I can see 10,000. That in the car business and a smartphone business, you can't make.
It's different.
Very different. You can't make, and actually there you have to explain a lot. This car has good tires. This car can do this. You explain a lot, but here I don't need to explain to someone.
It's a matter of good research,
Good
knowing
research
the project teams
good
and all.
skills.
Yeah.
Then money started to come in smoothly. Then my guys there started to ask me, but Frank, you changed. You're no longer coming here. You know, you can't actually tell the people the secret when it is working out. You only tell the secret when it has failed. Trust me. I couldn't tell the guys what is happening, but I know my stuff. Then I kept on developing. One day, one guy actually was a friend, a close friend. Then he told me, Frank, what's going on really? And I showed him the wallet. The guy saw the first money into my wallet. That was around 20,000 USD in my wallet. He told me, Frank, are these things working? The guy told me, those things you're just watching on the phone, they are going to keep doing this up and down, up and down. I told him, we can withdraw if you want. Then we withdraw. That was around 5K. The guy told me, since we are in a car business, the guy told me, bro, let's first go and we buy a car right now. Let's go buy a car right now. And then we put it back to the market to sell it. I told him, you want me to buy a car with this money, and then I wait for a period for someone to come and buy, and then I receive 5 million. Yet, I can make this here in just a blink of an eye. He told me how. Then this is the guy who also came to fall in love. Actually, I started to teach that friend of mine step by step. Today, he's also a good trader. So, one lesson that we have to get from this, it's not all about the issue of this doesn't work, but it's all about the issue of how it works and who is willing actually to show you the right path. If it wasn't a right path, I would have been today still been comfortable maybe with my shit.
You'd be selling cars
You
and
would actually be
smartphones.
frustrated, maybe at some point.
At some
yes.
point, holding these coins which were nothing. Actually, I couldn't call them shit coins because shit coins that we now memes, which are actually even more valuable than what I had then. I couldn't sell it. It had no blockchain. So these are the factors that people need to know. If you're buying AfroToken, there are things that you have to first learn. And the good thing, the company that is coming up with AfroToken or behind AfroToken, because this company is just supporting the token, it's a different company but supporting the token, is actually an education company whereby we do.
Yes, and our main vision is actually our main goal is to limit abuse of this technology and secure the most broadly beneficial outcomes. Because we have noticed how this thing has affected those people that have failed on it, and also how it's affecting those that are successful. We reached a time we are not proud to call ourselves cryptocurrency trader.
I think till today we are still fighting with that. It is hard, depending on the audience that you're in, to actually say I deal in crypto, this is what I do.
Yeah. And this is all over Africa. And this is why Mitro Plus Labs is doing this same thing all over Africa.
So it brings me to the question: your journey of how you started out is not far different from Festo. You saw action. There weren't words. You saw someone coming out to purchase a car from you, an expensive one for that matter. He's a young man. And now back to you, Festo. Before I come to now the real conversation of AfroToken, I want us to discuss Mitro Plus Labs. It's a company that has given blockchain literacy to people for free. What is in for you as a founder, and how did the idea of Mitro Plus come about?
To me, it's nothing to do with monetizing, because it was something to do with getting money. I think we would have made these services paid for, but these services are free. But you reach a time in life where you realize that you need to pull up others, and if you do not, it actually affects you directly. So I reached a time I felt that 9 out of 10 people in crypto have been they have bad stories. And whenever people would see me, they would ask me, what do you do? And you had to tell them you're a cryptocurrency trader. And I reached a time I was tired of the responses they had after that, so that I have to defend the cryptocurrency. The thing with network marketing and scams is that they have a motivation factor that whenever they market, they get a commission. And as cryptocurrency trader, it's about you and your laptop. You do not have that motivating factor. So there was more information about scams out there than real authentic cryptocurrencies. So I reached a time I felt like I do not belong. I had to migrate to a crypto friendly country. For those reasons I had to migrate. And there is no better life than home, and there is no better thing than lifting up your own people. And however much you go to any other countries, they will not still feel like home. You will live with strangers, you will have fun with strangers, school with strangers, and a lot of things are not going to be, if you are at a certain level in life, a lot of things are not going to be the same for as long as you're not in your country. You will feel that there is something missing. And whenever you introduce yourself as you're from this country, and those people you're introducing yourselves to, probably they have a worker that is working for them from that country, or they have an insubordinate, they always there's a picture they give you in. So right now I think it was a matter of respecting our African culture, our African continent, so that we can come back here and create impact. So to me, it is really impact that we want. This is the reason for Mitro Plus Labs, and not just impact to individuals, but also to the governments that had started being hostile towards cryptocurrency regulation and blockchain adoption and metaverse, artificial intelligence, and some of these other related technologies. So this is why Mitro Plus Labs scopes on all these topics that I've just mentioned, because we need to bootstrap technology. We are in a very fast incoming revolution. You can just imagine what Elon Musk has achieved in just about a week.
Crazy.
This 1 week he has achieved 4 things. He has showed off the autonomous Uber driving car, then the van,
and the robots,
the robots,
and
The rocket.
and then the rocket coming back to sit at its launch tower.
Crazy. Crazy to think about.
If you think about, if some people can't, if we were 20 years ago, this was unimagined. I saw his speech about 15 years ago, and he was talking about these things that would happen, and he said we could fail, but we need to.
We just need to keep pushing every single day.
Yeah, so when you look at such people, they give you the zeal that you could also start something, and probably the world will support later, but you need to start something. It doesn't matter whether you will fail, it doesn't matter whether you are going to succeed immensely, but you need to start.
You just have to do. And what one would think, for someone that saw you years back, I was part of the team that was charging people $3,000 $5,000 just to get this kind of literacy. What really changed for Mitro Plus Labs, and how did that decision come about?
As you grow in success, people get to know you, and as a cryptocurrency trader, you always have to concentrate on your trades. So I would try to push away people from learning by charging a good number of money. $5,000 was my price, and people would pay it. I would have about 7 people to teach about cryptocurrency, and out of a multitude of 200 that come to me in the inbox, because many people know the name Festo, but they do not know, they haven't seen the face. But still, people would find their way to me. So we would teach, but it wasn't impact enough. So I realized that if now that I have created a good number of people that we've taught at this price, because I'm sure you also learned for $3,000.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that. But yes, Frank is one of those guys that had to pay $3,000.
I had to just make sure part of the Range Rover money comes back to me.
The commission had to go back to the people.
But it paid off really fast. It paid off really fast.
Yes.
I can't even imagine. What
I'm glad it's paid off really fast. So We had to change that model because myself, I've had also been paying a lot of people to come from out there to come and teach me more financial indicators that I had to learn about the market cipher B, the MACD in itself, working with moving averages. I had to teach a lot of people. I had to employ a lot of people to come. I pay their dues, their hotels, and then that's why I had also to charge expensively because myself I realized that I shouldn't give a plan B to crypto. It should be my plan A. I do several other small businesses and big businesses for some people, but my plan A is this. You get it is crypto, so I have injected in it. That's why I used to charge expensively for people to get this information. But we now realize that we're talking with other successful people like him, like you, and all people that actually came in and studied at those prices. We realize that we can now create impact on the African continent, and this is what now we are doing. We are doing it free. We are doing these product developments also free, and then we can be able to at least incubate more blockchain businesses in Africa. We can be able to do metaverse experience centers in Africa, and we can get people to build on these technologies. We are creating hackathons. We had an hackathon in one of our biggest universities here in Uganda, and several other things that we have been doing as Mitro Plus Labs to just make sure this goes on. Right now, there's something that goes into people's mind when they talk about AI. The first thing that goes into an average mind is that those things are going to kill us, or those things are going to take away people's jobs. They do not.
I had so many comments about that Tesla robot on social media. Many saying this is for the bad of humanity. They are doing so much. They are actually mostly they're doing more than what a human would do.
Let's not forget that we were given an instruction to go and procreate. Yeah. Yes, we were given an instruction to go and procreate. So procreation
of meaning
is God's nature. And when you look at how this world was begun, evolution is one of God's many tools. And a lot of scientists will actually tell you that evolution is one of God's many tools. So we should not go away from procreation.
True. Amazing. Now, Frank, I want us to talk meme coins now, before I can bring in Festo, to of course talk about the newest kid on the block, the AfroToken, that is going to dominate memes this bull run and more. What is your experience with meme tokens? And give us some of those key examples of those that really worked for you, at least for the previous bull run.
Okay. I'll start mentioning. I want to mention first.
True.
Is the known Shiba Inu. Now, Shiba Inu created was in my own hands. Shiba Inu was a meme coin that I saw first. But now, this is the good thing of actually creating more people onto your bag.
True.
I saw Shiba Inu first, then he came to my shop, Festo. He wanted to buy, was it a phone? Yeah. He's at that shop.
This is 2020?
I think 2019.
2020.
Somewhere.
Yeah, that's the era of Shiba Inu.
Yeah. He comes to the shop to buy the phone. Then I sell to him the phone, he pays. Then I tell him, but hey, before you go, I'm seeing something called Shiba Inu. It's likely to boom. Then actually he's a man that you can't sell something without a reason. He told me, what's your reason? The Shiba Inu is so good. I told him, it doesn't have any utility behind, but it has got the people.
A very strong community.
Twitter. By then it was Twitter. It has got a strong community on Twitter. Everyone is talking about this. And he saw some of the posts. Then in the evening, he's like, hey, Frank, have you bought enough? I'm the one who is telling the guy to buy, but I hadn't packed enough, by the way. He told me, if you haven't packed enough, pack enough. I keep quiet. And I buy in more because he told me. Then, I think it was like 1, 2, 3, 4 days. He told me you're going to see the rise. I'm not sure. I asked the guy, are you the one controlling the thing? He told me no, just watch and see. A few days, Shiba Inu skyrocketed. The other skyrocket haven't seen before.
Yeah, I think that was one of the biggest multipliers in that Bora.
Yeah.
If
It
not the biggest,
skyrocketed
actually.
to an extent that me, who had invested in a few bucks, I saw myself with around 20,000.
Yeah, and myself had invested a substantial amount of money in Shiba Inu because of their community. You see, when you learn about a community of a token and you see the passion,
Yeah.
they will actually even do by far much better than some utility tokens.
Fact.
Yeah, you have seen the rankings of some of these meme coins.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
people should know that some meme coins will make money at the inception, and others, and most of them, 70% will stop there at
They'll die out.
launch. They will
Yeah.
die out. But those that survive for a month and they start the distributive stage and survive 2 weeks through the distributive stage have a very keen eye on those particular tokens. So I had a very keen eye on Shiba Inu's distributive stage. And by the way, the distributive stage of Shiba Inu happened way below than this launching price.
Wow.
When you look at the all-time graph for Shiba Inu,
Crazy.
it went below
The launch price.
the launch price.
Wow, crazy
But
times for newbies.
I believed in Shiba Inu because of its transparent community. Yeah, and the same thing with Pepe. Pepe did not go below its launch price, but it had a base. It got that distributive stage at an averagely low price, and we were able to catch Pepe, and also we did it.
Crazy.
And we have crazy stories about Pepe. We have crazy stories about Shiba Inu.
Yeah, there is one about Shiba Inu that we actually shared in one of our Afro Hours.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know Afro Hours, these are our daily sessions that happen every single day, Monday to Monday, 3 p.m. That is in East African time. We get to have lots of conversations like this, and we get to share testimonies of our past successes, but also a little bit of failure here and there. But above everything else, we get to motivate our community. We get to teach ourselves how to go stronger, how to grow as a community, and also share updates of how the project that I'm about to introduce to you more and more every single episode, that is the AfroToken Sun. We are live on all social media platforms, especially Twitter, that is currently X. Please go out and follow AfroToken. And on YouTube, we are at Mitro Plus Labs, because that is a powering company of AfroToken. And now, founder, captain, festo, visionary, and every other good thing for the good that you've done for your continent. Why AfroToken?
Like I mentioned, AfroToken for us, it's a tool. It's an educational meme. So we are educating our students all across Africa about price development of a digital asset, straight from the $40,000 market capitalization to the $7 billion market capitalization. Our sun is the $7 billion market capitalization. Yeah, right now we are at approximately at $4 million of market capitalization, and we are proud to be amongst the first 12 biggest memes on Sunpump. And we are getting a tremendous attention from the media, because probably we are attempting something that has never been attempted, but we know that we are going to succeed. We have very big passion and enthusiasm that the community will succeed. Sure. And we are also calling upon every crypto community to join us. Feel free to join us, and we are looking forward to beating these heights and numbers as fast as possible. This is why we are doing the Afro Hours, we are doing the podcasts, we are doing these conferences,
the X-Spaces.
We are doing conferences, by the physical conferences in rural and urban Africa. You see, if you're not planning to rug pull a token, a meme token, it's okay to interact physically with the community.
True.
Yeah. So we are doing this because we know we know what we are doing. We know what we are doing is authentic, and we are doing this because we want to show the world that we are built on transparency, just like blockchain is built on transparency. So AfroToken is an educative meme. And like I said earlier on, that we are doing this because we were losing a lot of students on the way of studying. because of their life is precious, they have to continue feeding. Google also tried creating programs for developers in Africa. They could start with around 600 students, and they would end up with just 13 students. Yet they used to give them laptops, they used to give them internet,
even a little bit of funding.
Yes, and a little bit of funding. But now here, we get to retain a good number of students because they are shilling this token, and they're also creating value in their addresses, and we're also encouraging networking to the entire crypto community worldwide. This is why we are open, and we are calling upon the all crypto community worldwide to come and join us. We are built on the Tron network. It has the lowest fees. It has it actually have you guys known that the Tron, you can even rent the gas fees on Tron?
Yeah.
It's something
Crazy.
that we need to explore.
Communicate, of course, even
Bandwidth
to
and energy.
And
our community.
when you look at this Afro token character, it was practically built for Tron. It was built for Tron. This crown you see here is it's a Tron crown, and this is the sun. The sun is leading onto the African Afro hair. This is a very famous African Afro hair. And this image was actually drawn by my daughter. It's something that we are going to sell as an NFT at a certain point. So we will sell that original sketch, and we might be able to do a lot with these things with this Afro token in the metaverse. We will do a lot of skins for it. We will do a lot of fashion, and we are going to popularize it for people to dress up, even physically, and also play toys for kids, for our giving back and everything. We have a very big plan for this, and I just hope the crypto community can come and join us gracefully for this.
They will surely join us, considering the strong community that we have. Frank, I need to ask you about community. What role do you think our community plays in the growth of the new product, the new project AfroToken?
The biggest job is actually done by our community. The community is super driving AfroToken. You know, it's no longer about actually money. Our community is now about what we do call pride. It's about selling the African culture. We do this with heart. We do this with love. We are not into the numbers. We are just about money.
It's now a movement.
It's a movement.
I saw the passion of the people on our first conference. It's people showed a lot of passion for this to learn. People showed a lot of passion for this to come out of Africa, and a lot of support we've gotten from the United Kingdom, from other countries like India. A lot of support we've gotten from Russia. We have had someone create for us 2 songs for Afro tokens from Russia. And this guy is Russian, he's in our groups, and he's a passionate holder for AfroToken. So it's interesting. It's interesting what we are hitting, and it's interesting that we are growing this token with enthusiasm and passion out of community, out of community.
True. So now, as we get to the close of our very first episode, quite sad that at a point we'll have to go, and we'll wait for episode number 2. We are going to continue doing this till we hit the sun. That is our 7 billion market cap mark. How do you see AfroToken scaling across Africa, say in 2-3 years from now?
Actually, years are many. What I've realized is that once people realize the authenticity behind AfroToken, they will pick it up. Like many communities have already realized that in Uganda. We just need the Kenyans to realize that. We just need the Tanzanians, West Africans, South Africans to realize the authenticity behind this, and we'll be good to go. We'll be good to go. The sky is going to be our limit. I don't know if you guys have realized, but everything that has come and hit people in the name of crypto on the African continent has not been failed by the people, by the communities here, but it has been failed by the administrators and the developers of these technologies. So right now we have something that is truly ours, and something that we are behind as Africans. So it's all about now acceptancy as an African continent, and also acceptancy as the crypto community worldwide. So I see the $7 billion market capitalization coming in approximately 7 months, 8 months, and these numbers are possible. We have seen them. We have seen ourselves hit targets in 2-3 days.
True.
And we are yet to be there.
That happens with Shiba Inu, man. The targets are crazy.
One thing is
super
clear.
crazy.
You guys do not want me to say this, but 7 billion means $7 million for a person who is holding 1 million Afro tokens for now.
Crazy.
I talk about these numbers and people
Crazy.
laugh because of the values that they are going to be to have in their wallets. But
We've already
holding is the hardest bit in crypto. If you cannot hold, you cannot win.
Fact.
The thoughts you will have at night when you're holding a valuable cryptocurrency, it's the hardest bit. So right now, it's for us to succeed, it's going to depend on how good people are going to be able to hold this token. Yourself individually to succeed in AfroToken is going to also depend on how well you are going to hold these tokens, these AfroToken NFTs, and also be close to the community of AfroTokens, so that you can be able to listen into the announcement every now and then through the Afro Hours, through these podcasts, through the X Spaces, and through the many channels that we have put.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy having money for the very, very first time. But our audience has an opportunity that we are here to support you in your very good days, especially. Money brings so many emotions. My personal experience is one that I will share in episode 2 of How I Fell to Sleep.
I would love to, I would actually love to students to share their experiences, because we have had students do a very great job across our countries. The students that have done a very great job in Kenya, Nairobi, and those in West Africa, Nigeria, are doing a very great job.
South Sudan,
South Africa,
Tanzania,
Malawi.
Crazy.
These guys are doing a very great job popularizing AfroToken all across Africa. And we will be able to help push as many communities as possible. And as we grow, AfroToken will also have charity. This is why we are keeping our character face patented to a certain point, so that we can be able to give a lot of charities, and behind with it, showing off our character face and showing off the African spirit that is supposed to actually innovate and give to the world.
We are changing the narrative of how Africa has always been looked at. And with every one of you watching this, we can do this. We just encourage you to follow all our programming, follow AfroToken Sun on X. We have a Telegram group that is AfroToken Sun, where our contract addresses are pinned, and we give daily, hourly, minute per minute updates on the developments of this project. We are authentic, our faces are out there, we've been in the industry, and this is more than just the money that you see on your wallets right now. It is about changing the narrative. It is about creating as many African dreamers as possible. The future is technology, and with Mitro Plus Labs and of course AfroToken, it is easier to pass on this education to even the deepest village in Africa, and of course beyond. We are not going to run away from our continent. That is a fact.
Yeah, and not just that, but also passing on blockchain literacy. We plan to build blockchain literacy centers all across rural and urban Africa as Mitro Plus Labs, and this is going to AfroToken is our gateway to popularize Mitro Plus Labs and education. Popularizing education, however free it is a very difficult thing.
Man. It's hard.
But
Especially
now,
here in Africa.
Let's tag a value on it.
Yes. So, Frank, what are you most excited about the future of AfroToken?
Okay, one thing is clear. For me, I want to see the financial bit of it. I know you guys do not want to discuss that, but I want to see an African who has never touched maybe 100,000 USD, having it in the wallet with their Afro tokens. You know, I know the Africans have a good appetite, and they are the people who are actually more excited in this world. When an African is happy, you can easily know. I want to see the joy of our people. True. Our people here do not hide joy. They always actually show.
It always shows.
Yeah. you will see drums, you will see dance onto the continent one day when the AfroToken makes it. Because see, they're already calling our visionary founder the African boy. I realize that.
Yeah.
I wanna say that because
The African Elon Musk.
you might be looking at the next Nelson, maybe.
It's liberation.
Liberation.
And liberation comes in very many forms.
the wars and tasks we have to do for this generation might not be physical, but they are going to be more of tech. There is a tech war going on, and a lot of our countries are trying to shy away. A lot of financial revolution went on, and our countries, people just picked from our countries value, and then they took. Alexander the Great picked a lot of gold from Egypt, and then he took to Europe, and also from Mali and all these other things. This is why probably it's called the Great. But to us right now, I think it's time for us to take part in this financial revolution, and it's our part to play. And I hope our legislators and governments can see this and then know exactly what we are doing, and get to be a part of us and support us through regulations, support us through adoption, support us through the different endeavors that we are going to do at large as Mitro Plus Labs.
True. Before maybe we close, sadly, episode 1 of the 1 Million Afro and the Vision podcast. Just one question. If you could go back in time to when you started this journey, if there's one piece of advice that you would have given yourself, what would it be? Crazy.
It's crazy to think about, because I think I would have sold everything that I could touch, mine or not mine, for as long as it's within my reach and within my family possession,
True.
to make sure I buy a
Bitcoin.
million plus bitcoins. This is why right now we are preaching the 1 million Afro and the vision. Yeah, because now just imagine
If you had bought $1,000 worth $1,000 worth
If-
of BTC,
yes,
just that time.
just that time.
And this is how things start.
Crazy.
Things
And the
are-
opportunity is here with AfroToken. The dream is big, the vision is there, the plan is laid out, a very strong foundation.
So
running.
let's give the people the dream that we never had: 1 million Afro, and the vision.
Crazy.
The vision is for you to help you know how to hold this token.
Reason for the name A Million Afro and the vision. Now, Frank, your last remarks. In episode 1, it's crazy that someone who had to pay more than $3,000 is appearing on the 1 Million Afro and the Vision podcast as guest number 1 in our very, very first episode. Any advice out there to someone watching, someone new to the crypto space?
Have the diamond hands. Had I gotten them on Dogecoin, I'd be far.
You'd be very far.
Yeah, but it was a small click to the upside, like 300% in Naira. I jumped out.
Crazy.
I missed a lot on that.
You didn't have Mitro Plus.
Please, these people should learn to hold. Why do I call them the diamond hands? You know, the diamond has the 3-dimensional properties. You can hit a diamond with the strongest hammer, and they will never break.
It wouldn't break, yeah.
So, if you do want to be among the people who say I was among the first owners of the Afro, then your hands should be as hard as the diamond. You shouldn't be that person who easily lets your Afro slip down by selling it.
Crazy.
That's all.
All right, and to you, the captain, the visionary of Mitro Plus Labs, your last remark for episode 1.
I would love to see Africa join us. I would love to see the whole crypto community worldwide join us. And I would also love to see the godfathers of crypto and blockchain join in this journey. It is not just Africa, but Africa looks up to looks up to this whole industry. Vitalik Buterin, Justin Sands, CZ, most of these guys need the African market, and the African market also needs your innovation, and we are in the best position to get it to reach to the rural and urban areas of Africa. So I believe we could see this for what it is, and I just want us to see this for what it is and take it up with grace and push it through a community that really needs it, a community that really deserves it. We deserve an Africa that should be changed with this incoming financial revolution.
Crazy, 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 crazy. Guys, what an incredible conversation that we've had on our very first episode of the 1 Million Afro and the Vision podcast. Thank you, Frank Kanabi, our in-house technical analyst, for coming out here on a very short notice. We appreciate you. And of course, thank you to our visionary founder, Festo Ivaibi. We are going to continue doing this every single opportunity that we get. So please follow, like, share this video to as many people as possible. And of course, follow AfroToken San. That is on X and Mitro Plus Labs, YouTube, X, Instagram, and all these other platforms. And of course, follow the big man with the small man with a big brain, Frank Kadabi, who is our analyst. He's always sharing amazing content on his social media platforms. That is Outclaw, OUTKLA. That is on all social media platforms. And of course, same Festo across all media platforms. And of course, I am your handsome host, Ramachizito. Please follow me as well. We are going to do this every single time. We'll have different guests. We'll have some of our students, and we'll share stories from across blockchain, crypto, AI, metaverse, and all the other use cases of blockchain technology. It's been real having you for the very first episode, and I encourage you to keep following us. Hit the notification button to be notified every single time we have a video coming out. From everyone at Mitro Plus Labs team, and of course the AfroToken, our advice is one: keep holding. Bye-bye.